Super Why is a show I grew up with as a kid. It taught the value of learning how to read and using books and the knowledge within to solve problems in the real world. The show revolves around a team of superheroes called Super Readers, who are children. These children, while living their lives, obviously run into problems. When these problems arise, they don their superhero guises and jump dimensions using books to help the people in the other world, while also solving their own problem along the way. By the end of each adventure, the answer is found and applied back in their world. So let's hop into our Why Flyers and get started. Whoa! Before we continue, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It helps the channel a bunch and lets me know that you would like to see these kind of videos in the future. With that out of the way, we can dive into the real meat of today's video. Which super reader is the strongest? I will introduce each hero, give an overview of their powers, or at least the powers I have seen, then towards the end of the video, rank which one is strongest. So make sure you stick around till the end so you know why they are ranked the way I ranked them. In addition to a Chad name, Alpha Pig has a huge variety of abilities brought to him by his toolbox, which I personally believe is a quantum storage unit. He never appears to have many, if any, tools on his person, yet is always able to pull them out of the toolbox. Same thing with the materials he uses to build. He always has enough, thanks to his trusty portal box. The toolbox gives him most of his abilities. These abilities are basically able to solve most physical, normal problems the supers come across during their missions. For example, there is a big mud flat and they need to cross it quickly, so he can build a bridge using letters and wood. Building things is his most notable superpower, as he's able to do it very quickly and is usually the power that he turns to. In addition to being able to build and many other things, he can also fly using his propeller hard hat. He's also a master of catchphrases, my personal being Lickety Letters.
Lickety letters!
Red's power is very interesting. She can change things into other things, as long as both things rhyme. Let me explain with a little example. There's a log in the way, on the path. To get around that log, since she's the only one on the team without the ability of flight, she can rhyme it into being something else. For example, fog or a frog. Then that log becomes a cloud of fog, then a frog. This actually happens in an episode, I'm not even kidding. Just fly over it. In addition to her matter morphing bars, she's also quite fast on the ground thanks to her deployable rollerblades. Princess Presto's power is very cool. She has the ability to conjure things into existence by spelling them into creation. For example, she needs a log to ride down a waterfall, like Splash Mountain at Disney, so she can spell a log into being. Her powers seem to emanate from her magic wand, which could be seen as a weakness, but she always has that thing on her, and can probably outspell, literally and figuratively, any attack from an opponent. In addition to her conjuration ability, she can also fly. While doing research for this video, I found that Super Why's real name is Wyatt Beanstalk, which I just think is kind of funny. I also found out that all four of the Super Readers hate the Big Bad Wolf. He is op number 1. Super Why's abilities are, in my opinion, absolutely broken. He's an absolute powerhouse. I can and probably will make a whole video where I just rant about his incredible powers. So let's start at the start. His super intellect. His intellect, in my opinion, is off the charts. My boy is mad smart. To explain, let's take a look at the team's gear. What do they fly into the books with? Why flyers, which suggests that he built them. These flyers are very strong themselves. In addition to being personalized, they are also very fast, and enable the super readers to jump dimensions into the books. Each one is its own world. It just takes you to a certain point in the timeline. Super Why carries a device called the Why Writer, which enables him to bend reality to his will, changing the outcome of the story and rewriting the timeline. In each of these books, before Super Why and the gang pull up, there is a version where the main character in the book doesn't succeed. Super Why, towards the end of every episode, edits the fabric of time and reality to where the main character in the current story achieves their goal. In the midst of solving each challenge, along the way Super Why picks up super letters, which only he can interact with. These super letters get downloaded into his super duper computer, of which there are 2 versions. A large one in his book club Batcave, and a pocket-sized one he takes on his adventures. Both are supercomputers with predictive AI. These AI, probably coded and created by Wyatt Beanstalk himself, are actually able to predict the answer to the problem before the adventure begins, but give Wyatt a limited amount of information about the answer. It kind of just looks like Hangman. Super Wyatt then goes on the mission and fills out the word with the super letters along the way, bending time and space as he goes. In addition to his incredible intellect, skill for invention, leadership abilities, and reality warping powers, he can also fly with the help of his repulsor sneakers. Bro has those next level Air Force Ones. In number 4 we have Wonder Red. Her power, while interesting, is easily outclassed by other flight-enabled members of the team, which is literally everyone else. In most instances, I feel like the team actually goes out of their way to try to include Wonder Red and give her a chance to use her powers, rather than just speedrunning the mission and flying over everything. In the number 3 spot, we have Alpha Pig. Alpha Pig can fly, so he is already better than Wonder Red. His power is much more useful than Wonder Red's power. Alpha Pig is basically a Fortnite player. He cranks 90s in real life to save the day. Because all the other useful heroes can fly, his main power to build across obstacles is kind of obsolete, but that doesn't stop him from coming in clutch with the other tools in his box of tricks, often finding crucial clues to help the team run in. Because of this, and the fact that he's more useful than the trash Wonder Red, he holds the bronze medal. Cue the sparkles and cue the music, Princess Presto to the number 2 slot. Princess Presto is genuinely a very good hero. Anything the mission requires simply by spelling it into existence. She truly has Conjuration 100. This ability, combined with the power of flight, makes her the equivalent of a Harry Potter wizard with a permanent Quidditch broom buff. This easily secures her the number 2 spot and the silver medal. In number 1, no surprise, is the reality warping super genius powerhouse himself, Super Y. I think his powers speak for themselves. The episodes of Super Y follow a formula. 2 members of the team are graced with a chance to use their powers, but in the end it is always Super Y who completes the mission, edits the story, and saves the day using his genuinely broken powers. He is truly on a different level than the rest of the team, and I think the only reason they're there is because they're his friends and he enjoys having them along and helping them with their problems too. Otherwise, I think he would just solo all the missions and do it in record times too. With the powers of Stan Lee, he truly is unstoppable and a force to be reckoned with. The big bad wolf had better be scared. In conclusion, Super Y is an absolute powerhouse and not to be trifled with, or he will read you out of the story. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you disagree with my assessment, feel free to leave a comment. Who knows, I might even make a revised edition where I feature your opinion. While you're down there, leave a like and sub. It's much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and as always, Kinetic out.